Can the police make you get out of the car during a traffic stop, even if you didn't do anything wrong? The answer is yes, and it surprises a lot of people. I'm Rick Fletcher, a criminal defense attorney here in St. Petersburg, Florida, and today we're breaking down exactly when cops can legally order you or your passengers out of your vehicle during a traffic stop, even if it's just for a simple traffic ticket. And more importantly, we're going to talk about your rights once that happens and what they are. Because it's not the stepping out that gets people into legal trouble, it's what happens next. Now, let's start with the basics. You get pulled over. Maybe you were speeding. Maybe your tag was expired. Maybe your brake light is out and you didn't know it. But you're calm, you're polite. But then the officer asks you, "Can you step out of the vehicle for me?" And that's when you start wondering to yourself, do I have to? If I didn't do anything wrong, why am I being asked to get out? Can I say no? The short answer is no, you cannot say no. Legally, the officer has the right to ask you to step out, and you have to comply. Now let's talk about the why. In 1977, the United States Supreme Court decided a landmark case called Pennsylvania v. Mimms, and in that case, the police pulled over a man, Mr. Mimms, for a routine traffic violation. The officer asked him to step out of the car. As he got out, the officer noticed a bulge under his jacket. That bulge turned out to be a handgun. Now Mimms was facing a serious weapons charge, and his lawyers argued that ordering him out of the car without any suspicion of criminal activity was unconstitutional. But the court disagreed. They ruled that officers can order a driver out of the car during a lawful traffic stop. Why? Because of officer safety. The court reasoned that the traffic stop is one of the most dangerous things a police officer does. Having the driver step out of the car allows the officer to control the situation better and reduce risk. Even if it's just a broken taillight, the officer's safety, according to the court, justifies that minimal intrusion on your liberty. Now fast forward to 1997. Another big case comes up, Maryland v. Wilson. This time it wasn't the driver being asked to step out, it was the passenger. Same question. Can the officer legally order a passenger to exit a car during a routine stop, even if the passenger didn't do anything suspicious? Again, the Supreme Court said yes. They extended the Mimms rule to passengers, holding that anyone in the vehicle can be lawfully asked to step out for safety reasons during a stop. So as it stands today, both drivers and passengers in a traffic stop can be ordered out of the car, no warrant, no suspicion, no specific reason needed. Let me pause here and say, you might not like that. You might be thinking, that doesn't seem fair. I didn't commit a crime. I was just a passenger. And honestly, I get that. A lot of clients feel the same way. But fair or not, that's the legal precedent, and it applies here in Florida, just like it does in every other state. So where do your rights still apply? Right here. Being ordered out of the car is one thing. Being searched is another. Just because you've been asked to exit the vehicle doesn't mean you've waived your Fourth Amendment rights. Unless one of the following is true, you give consent, they have probable cause, they have a warrant, or you're being arrested, they cannot lawfully search you or your belongings. Now let me give you a real-life example from one of our cases. A client of ours was pulled over in St. Pete for speeding. Nothing major. The officer asked him to step out, which he did, no problem. But once outside the car, the officer claimed he smelled marijuana. Now, we've seen this one before. With no marijuana found, no residue, no paraphernalia, no smoke, nothing, we challenged the officer's credibility in court. We filed a motion to suppress the search and any evidence that came from it. And guess what? The judge agreed. The search was ruled unlawful, and the entire case was dismissed. That's the power of knowing where the line is and when it's been crossed. So what should you do in this situation? Let's say you're pulled over. The officer asks you to step out of the car. Step out calmly. Don't argue. Don't question it in the moment. But once you're out, you don't have to say anything beyond the basics. You can and should say, I do not consent to any searches. Am I being detained, or am I free to go? That's it. You do not have to explain yourself. You don't have to prove your innocence. You don't have to give them permission to go through your pockets or your trunk. And you should never volunteer information such as, oh yeah, I had a beer earlier, but I'm good. Or, my buddy had weed earlier, but it wasn't mine. These little comments, offhanded as they might seem, can be used against you. Now let's talk briefly about what not to do. Don't refuse to get out of the car. That turns a minor traffic stop into a potential resisting arrest charge. Don't make sudden movements or reach for things without telling the officer what you're doing. Don't get sarcastic. Don't film the officer aggressively. You can record, but do it respectfully and without escalating any tension. And don't panic, because panicking leads to bad decisions, and those can be costly. Let's wrap this up with a quick recap. Yes, police can order you and your passengers out of the car. They don't need probable cause or a reason beyond a lawful traffic stop. But no, that doesn't give them a blanket permission to search you. You still have rights, you still have protections, and you still have the ability to challenge illegal searches and unlawful stops. I'm Rick Fletcher, a criminal defense attorney here in Florida. We've helped hundreds of clients who were pulled over, questioned, searched, and arrested, sometimes when they did nothing wrong. If you've been in that situation, or if you know someone who has, we're here to help. Call Fletcher and Fletcher for a free consultation. You'll find the link and the phone number in the description below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more straight talk about your legal rights. Thanks for watching, and remember, calm, silent, and smart wins every time.